WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Call it a political domino effect. A ballot re-examination in one city race throws the outcome of another race into disarray. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Selena Schaefer. On Wednesday, Okolona election officials and Democratic committee members met to certify the results of the town marshal race. During that count, a ballot was tossed out after it was found that that person was no longer registered to vote in Okolona. That settled the marshal's race, but it complicated the Ward 4 alderman race. It had ended in a 92-91 win for Imogene Armstrong with the tossed ballot. That became a 91 all tie. Tonight, another meeting was set to break that tie. To do that, the current board of aldermen voted 4-2 in favor of Armstrong. They then added those votes to the election totals.
You know, I wanted to win, but of course I didn't. But, you know, I have other projects I'm working on, and I still will work with the city to get things done.
Results now go to the Secretary of State's office. New at 10 tonight, a Florida man who ran a bogus money scam targeting Mississippi residents is hit with a 7-count federal indictment. Joel Pondo of Miami, Florida, is accused of bilking a Boonville resident among scores of others in the phone scam. Pondo and others would call claiming to be IRS agents seeking back taxes or a loan company, saying the victim had received a loan they could claim by sending money to Pondo. Pondo made his first appearance in Oxford Federal Court today. The indictment says that Pondo took more than $49,000 in the scam, including $4,900 from the Boonville victim. Time now to turn it over to weather for our first look with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, how's it shaping up?
Hey, Selena, right now we have absolutely quiet conditions across the Deep South. A great evening. Hopefully you took advantage. This is the sunset, our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Columbus and wispy high cirrus clouds coming on in. Very comfortable right now. Dry air in place. We'll bottom out in the 50s in many spots. Tomorrow, your Friday, sunny and 67 at 8 o'clock by noon. Low 80s. We're mostly sunny, some friendly clouds. Pushing 90 degrees though. More humidity tomorrow afternoon. I'll be back with your holiday weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, the Forestry Commission is one of the latest agencies in the state to feel the budget axe. The agency is going to lose a total of 75 positions statewide due to budget cuts. Our Quentin Smith speaks with a firefighter about the impact that these cuts are going to have. He joins us live in the studio with more.
Selena, state lawmakers cut the agency's budget by 16%. That's almost $3 million. Now, over 100 jobs are being affected. I spoke with the fire chief at a volunteer fire department, and he tells me he's not happy with these cuts.
My understanding that Oktibbeha County is going to be less some personnel that we had prior to the cut.
Greg Wall has been the fire chief at the Sturgis Volunteer Fire Department for over 2 decades. He says he was devastated when he first found out about the cuts being made to the Mississippi Forestry Commission.
Our equipment, especially here in Oktibbeha County, is designed to protect the structures, protect homes, businesses. We don't have the equipment to get out and fight wildland fires like the Forestry Commission does.
Wall knows the vital role the Forestry Commission plays when it comes to assisting volunteer fire departments.
We had a situation here in late March of this year where the ground was dry. We had 3 forest fires at the same day, and we had to call the Forestry Commission all 3 times to come in and plow a lane around the track to help us contain the fire.
A total of 75 jobs are now going to be eliminated due to the cuts, 25% of them being on the administration level and the other 50 being in the field.
I'm concerned that the Forestry Commission, with 50 less people across the state, they're going to have less personnel to send to the tracks to help us fight these wildland fires.
The cuts are also forcing the commission to reorganize and consolidate districts, going from 7 to 4. This means if a massive fire breaks out, responders could have to travel across several counties before getting to the blaze.
If they're coming from a further distance away, or there are fewer to respond, I can't help but to think that the fires will be larger before they arrive on the scene.
Now, these cuts will go into effect July 1st. Selena, back to you.
All right, after much speculation, it was revealed earlier this week that a lottery would not be included in next month's special session. But that doesn't mean the idea is dead. A legislative study group met today to start looking at the pros and cons. They're looking at how the games work and how much money other states are bringing in. Members are also planning trips to Arkansas and Louisiana to see operations there firsthand. The issue is dividing state leaders. Governor Phil Bryant is promoting the lottery, while Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves and House Speaker Phil Gunn are opposing it. Mississippi is one of 6 states without a lottery. The April 30th tornado outbreak left quite a bit of property damage in Montgomery County and a pretty big dent in the Kilmichael City budget. In the aftermath of the storm, the city has had to increase staff from 2 city workers to 4. Crews are all moving all the debris in the city and the county to a temporary designated debris fill. According to Mayor Bobby Howell, the small town can't afford the big bill.
We're limited not only financially, but with what we can do for them. You don't plan in your budgeting for that type of stuff. There's just no funds available from local resources to get out and help private individuals.
With the recent disaster declaration, FEMA will reimburse the city up to 75% of money spent on the relief effort.
Weather-wise, looking ahead, we do have some warmer days, more heat, more humidity, some storms possible this weekend. Your full forecast is next.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Some happy clouds over downtown Tupelo today with our Alpha Insurance time lapse. You can see some folks down there at the fountain enjoying the great weather today. Low humidity, tons of sunshine. We cannot ask for more in late May. We could use a little bit more rain, however. We've had some, but we could still use a little bit more. The drought monitor came out today. We still have in the tan area there some moderate drought conditions, the yellow, the abnormally dry conditions. So we'll take any extra drop we can squeeze out from Mother Nature. Tomorrow, not so much. Maybe a storm. Saturday, a better chance. Sunday into Monday. Memorial Day weekend, we do have some rain chances here, so it's always good to have a plan B just in case one of those storms comes your way. Now, temperature-wise this weekend, 90 Saturday, 87 Sunday, 81 on Monday, Memorial Day itself. And once again, just make sure you have a backup plan. Temperatures right now into the low 60s, some spots already into the upper 50s. Drier in place here. It's a little bit warmer, more humid off to our southwest. And that's the kind of air mass coming on in here later tomorrow. But tonight, 57 degrees, clear, quiet, and comfy. Unusually cool for late May. We will take this, though. 88 in Tupelo and Pontotoc tomorrow, 87 in Bruce, down to the south, 86 or so in Eupora, 89 in Columbus, 88 for you in Macon, upper 80s, around 87 degrees in Vernon and in Sulligent, Alabama tomorrow. Here's what we have going on. Big-time storms here across Kansas and Nebraska and Colorado. Hail and tornadoes reported with that batch. But that's actually associated with the front that's coming on down here this weekend that could give us those rain chances. But not so much for tomorrow. Here's Futurecast as we advance into your Friday afternoon. Southerly breezes will transport some more humidity our way, so that moisture level in the air will certainly go up. You will feel it. Temperatures go up as well. Saturday, same story. Storm chances really back to the northwest on Saturday. Here comes the front late Saturday into Sunday morning. There may be a complex of strong storms that tries to get into North Mississippi early Sunday morning. We'll watch that. And then with this front hanging out as we get into your Sunday and Monday, additional storm chances coming our way. So we just have to keep those in the forecast here as we close out the holiday weekend. Here's our 7-day, pretty warm for the next few days, upper 80s to around 90. A little bit cooler Monday with those elevated rain chances, and then just some spotty activity with seasonable temperatures for the middle of next week. Selena?
All right, the Bulldogs are battling their way through the SEC tournament, but they got behind early today. Could they mount a comeback? Robbie has highlights and scores later in sports. Welcome back. As a hospital, Baptist Golden Triangle is committed to the wellness of area residents. That includes promoting safety. In tonight's Health Talk with Baptist, we look at a class geared to those watching over the little ones.
Hello, I'm Brandy Beard, Education Director for Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Tonight we will continue our discussion about the different classes offered through our education department. Having to leave your child with another person can be a difficult decision. Babysitters who are specially trained in taking care of young children can provide you with a greater level of care and alleviate fears in choosing who will care for your child. Those interested in babysitting should enroll in a babysitting course to help them be more comfortable and prepared for taking care of other people's children. Baptist Memorial Golden Triangle offers a babysitting course twice a year for young people ages 11 and above. The course teaches teens how to respond in different situations while caring for babies or young children. Content includes different stages of child development, child safety and first aid, and the basics of infant and child CPR. Situations addressed include what to do if the baby will not stop crying or if the child will not go to bed at bedtime. Adults will have a stronger peace of mind knowing that the teens are truly ready for babysitting. Parents should supplement this course with personal information and the specific needs of their child. Combining both types of training will make the situation easier for children to adjust and feel safe. For more information, contact the Baptist Memorial Hospital's Education Department at 244-2498. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Coming up, we recap the day in baseball and have an update on Ole Miss softball plus football coaching news. That's all next in sports.
Here's WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe.
They are still playing out in Los Angeles. My goodness, Ole Miss. This softball team is fun to watch. It all went down in the sixth inning. 5 runs for the Rebels. They were down 4-0. Now they're up 5-4. Actually, the pitcher from UCLA had a no-hitter going into the sixth. Brittany Finney broke it open with a 2-run shot. Then Ole Miss added 3 more after that. We'll have highlights tomorrow morning on Sunrise. We'll also recap the game tomorrow night. It's incredible watching what Ole Miss is doing. It's so much fun to watch. We'll see if the Rebels can close out Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. Switching gears to baseball now. By the way, I want to mention Alabama won tonight over Florida 3-0 in their softball regional, so the tie take a best-of-3 series lead. Now switching gears to baseball. MSU taking on Arkansas. Denver McQuarrie off to a tough start. Gave up a 2-run shot to Luke Bonfield there. Bulldogs trailed 3-0 in the fourth, and then McQuarrie got a little help thanks to Tanner Poole, who makes a phenomenal grab at the wall, and he's so nonchalant with it. He's like, oh yeah, I caught it. Big deal. Denver salutes him. Watch it again. This is an incredible catch that saves another run for the Bulldogs, and they would be down just 3-0 at that point. They were down 3-2 in the ninth when Brent Rooker steps up with one on. No one's learned their lesson because Brent Rooker's still raking. This one's going to the left center, and it gets down. That would score Ryan Gridley coming all the way around from first. It's a bold move to come on, to send him there, but he's safe regardless. We're tied at 3, and then later, bases loaded. Cody Brown gets the walk, nowhere to put him. That would score Rooker. 4-3 lead for the Bulldogs. Wouldn't score anymore after that, so Riley Self had to come on and close the door, and he would do just that. MSU wins at 4-3. They'll play the Florida Gators tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the battle against Scott Strickland. Here's Mississippi State after the win.
This victory today just epitomizes what our team is about. I think it's our 22nd or 23rd come-from-behind victory this season. our guys don't quit. They just keep going, and they keep fighting, and they keep fighting, and they keep throwing punches, and they just keep doing it all day long.
This win and the way the game went was kind of, prototypical of how a game will go for us this year. We don't necessarily execute as well as we want to early, but we never feel like we're out of the game. We continue fighting, continue battling and competing throughout the whole game, and eventually someone steps up and gets a big hit, and that leads to someone else getting a big hit, and we just end up rallying late and just kind of show our never quit attitude that we have, which is the coolest part about this team, is the never say die, the never lay down attitude that we have, and we end up battling from behind and coming from behind and winning a lot of games late in the game.
To the gridiron, in a report from Yahoo Sports reporter Pat Forty, former Ole Miss head football coach Houston Nutt said it has been, quote, devastating hearing questions about the NCAA violations stemming from his football teams with the Rebels. Now, according to Nutt's attorney Thomas Mars, there's a possibility of a defamation lawsuit against Ole Miss if the school does not acknowledge and apologize for its treatment of Nutt during the NCAA investigation. Mars went on to call it a, quote, smear campaign against the former coach. Ole Miss spokesman Kyle Campbell said in a statement the university has not received a formal request for an apology, and their public statement on the NOA addresses the matter. Continue to follow that story. College football opening weekend games are set, dates and times. Keep an eye on all those SEC teams. Clemson, your defending national champs, will play Saturday, September 2nd, 11 a.m. South Carolina, Florida also playing on that opening day Saturday. Don't have times yet for Mississippi State and Ole Miss. We'll get those when those do come in. Other big national games of interest. Georgia's got to play Appalachian State. We know what kind of things the Mountaineers do, so watch out, Bulldogs. Alabama's got Florida State, LSU, BYU, and the finisher of the opening weekend will be Tennessee taking on Georgia Tech. And lastly, the high school football. Okolona has named Lamar Harvey their new head football coach. Harvey replaces Jack Clark, who stepped down after 4 seasons as the head coach. Harvey comes to Okolona after 5 seasons at Thrasher, which is his alma mater. He was 22-30 in his 5 years with the Rebels. Okolona, by the way, drops down to Class 1A. They will play this upcoming season in Region 1-1A, which just so happens to be the same region that also has Thrasher in the division. Update from Ole Miss and UCLA. UCLA has 1 runner on, no outs as of right now. Again, we'll continue to keep you posted. Follow us on our social media platforms at Robbie Donahoe or at WCBI Sports. Keep you updated on the great finish with Ole Miss and UCLA. That's it for sports. Last look coming up.
The heat is on starting tomorrow. Today was very nice. We're back to around 90 Friday and Saturday, probably in the mid to upper 80s on Sunday. Those rain chances go up later on during the holiday week. You just have a plan B just in case one of those storms comes on in.
There's still fun things to do inside.
Yeah, there is. And you can still probably squeeze in a barbecue or two, so there you go.
Perfect. All righty. Well, thank you guys for staying up with us. We hope you have a great rest of your week. Take care.